can go. Make sure this all works. So this is a kind of niche feature, but so that we've added this thing that works, but may or may not be useful. So there's this, you have this table that I made in my local Postgres database called test ag table. And I know it's going to work because I literally copy pasted the SQL out of Omni for a query and created the table as that. And then I added this funky thing down here, which is saying that this Omni query, very simple Omni query, is the thing that describes the structure of this table. So it's like a hint to the optimizer that like basically to treat this table like it's very similar to how we treat our cache entries and swap it in. So if I go over here, and so now I'm on the user's view, querying the user's view, but I can, run a new query and I have to be careful to not hit the normal cache. So I'm just upping this limit where it looks normal, but I get this thing down here that says basically I didn't run the SQL you expected me to run. Instead, I ran this. So yeah, that's great. It's aggregate awareness or whatever. It relies on this on the customer. We've in the past we've called this like BYO ags because it relies on the customer basically having a table and then being able to describe that table exactly in terms of an Omni query, which is easy if you literally copy paste it out of Omni. With all other things, it's probably a nightmare. But on the other hand, the people who are doing this in say Looker are using it with liquid like in-query parameters, which is perhaps even more of a nightmare. So if they're willing to do that, maybe they're willing to mess around with this. So anyway, we'll probably tuck this in. It doesn't really even need a flag because it's so obscure. And people there's some prospects that maybe want to try it, and we'll see if it works for them.
And is the described by query, is that syntax like the same as a normal?
Yeah,
like
that's the same as a normal query view with all the sorts. And,
this is this is so mind-blowing and super exciting. This we can basically help over time help folks leverage their existing ETL infrastructure too and do dynamic query optimization for folks. Like it's not, it requires setup. It requires us basically having this representation of a query in a way that the Omni system can understand too. But like, God, this is awesome.
And Stephen, just logistically here, let's say I build a dashboard with 4 queries on it, and all of those queries could hit this materialize by query view. Are we going to run that view once and then all 4 of those queries? And
well, so, yeah.
That's like, how does it sort of handle many queries?
Well, so that's to be clear, this is not this is not that cool. Like this table must already exist. The customer is telling us this is a table that already exists. So like there is no view to materialize or create.
But it will. It's not. I guess it's going to let you cube your own dashboard now if you want to, though. Like if we were cut off by the 50K row limit and now you need 500,000 rows, you could go write this table with the 25 columns that you need.
Yes.
Map the dashboard to it, assuming that we can have the description correct. And that whole dashboard will now hit the cube, but could drill to the raw.
This gives us ags. This gives us aggregate awareness. Is when we ship it. It is a step more work than the ideal.
Yeah.
Where we actually manage the materialization or we manage the generation of the cube or like eventually to like we just build cubes on your behalf. But like this lets us do aggregate awareness today.
And then the other thing to put in this top level model parameter that I think probably this should be FR underscore capital FR because that's like the more official like locale thing. But anyway, for now, for this demo, it's not in main yet. Just default numeric locale France. So I think I'm in the same model, and I was messing around with my logo to get both these branches merged, so hopefully it doesn't explode. So anyway, if we make age into something silly, also, I have no idea how these two, if I multiply age, this is going to be a good test of the new aggregate awareness feature, like what exactly is going to happen here. But okay, well, so did it hit the cache table? No. Good. I think that's good. I'd have to think about that. But the point is of the demo is that these now it's in this French format. The commas are a thin space, and the decimal separator is a comma. And you'll notice
the
here,
obligatory obnoxious question.
yeah.
What happens if you toggle to the viz?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, this down here is not being format. There's like, these don't take omni-numeric formats.
Okay.
There may be a way to force Vega into format them. The ones that do take omni-numeric formats, which are mostly the, let me just get rid of that one, make it simpler. What? This worked yesterday. Oh well. I don't know why that's not working. Hard to, can't have an integration test on the viz, so it anyway, that was working yesterday.
Okay.
Should work. Is it? Oh well, I don't know why that's not working, but yes, it will work in the viz. It works in the, and there's a bunch of these places where we like display the format options, and like it should be formatting also these, yeah, like it's formatting the format options, which is a little meta, but like basically the options you can choose don't change, just the way they're applied changes because it changes the localization under that. Yeah, that's annoying. I don't know why that's not working. But yeah, it will work everywhere.
Nice.